Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and it's Affordaboard time. I've got 4 more pedals here that I actually purchased. I didn't get sent them by a company. I sought them out on the old eBay and spent Patreon money to get these sent to me. One of them came in an envelope without a box. It's just wrapped in bubble wrap, so that's a new one. I'm wondering if it's used. I bought 2 pedals from a brand that, from what I can tell, looks like it just doesn't exist anymore, and they're just selling out old stock. Yeah, this looks used. It's kind of gritty. It's got a chip in it. It's the Valeton Wave Shaker Vintage Tremolo. I'll have to go back and check to see, and dust this thing off, if it was listed as used condition when I bought it. I don't remember the photos showing it in this condition. It's got chips and stuff on the side and dust and like cat hair on it. A little bit interesting. All right, next up, another Valeton. I had a bunch of these in my cart on eBay, waiting for the day when I would be willing to pull the trigger. And they disappeared and you can't find them anymore online. So yeah, I think this company is slowly selling out of stock until they're all completely gone. This is the Modern Fuzz by Valeton. This caught my attention because it's a 4-knob fuzz, volume, fuzz, and then a 2-band EQ, bass and treble. And it's bright freaking green. All right, and then 2 more. Another fuzz that I've been curious about, from a brand that has delivered in the past for the Affordaboard, the Mosky Mini Muff. It looks very promising. I like the look of it. Mosky makes a spring reverb that has survived the Affordaboard. This is the official Affordaboard where pedals I really like end up from this series. That spring reverb just does it for me. Also, they've got the 250 Klone, the 250DX or something like that. I forget, but I've liked that thing for a long time. Oh yeah, and this one. It's a Klone copy, the Golden Horse, also by Mosky. So we have an interesting little group of pedals here. No real rhyme or reason to any of them. Just, I was curious about them. Let's get them plugged in and ready to go. What should the order be? Fuzz is first, then Golden Horse, then Tremolo. It's a shame that these Valetons look like they're not going to exist anymore, because this, I like the case a lot. This cute little case. Fun finishes. Maybe there will be a good used market for these. In Affordaboard tradition, I'm going to use an affordable guitar. This is the Squier Supersonic. They just came out with these as of this video publishing. They were $350 new. I've already done some work on it. You might have seen the video yesterday. I did a bunch of graphite on the nut, and I really cranked down the bridge. I even put in these Tusk string trees, and I've got quite a bit more tuning stability with it now, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's check these things out. Here's my dry signal. I'm going to start with the muff. I am in drop D tuning, by the way. Ooh, kind of a nice, easy, soft switch on that. There's something very satisfying about the way it feels. still need to dial in the intonation on this thing a little bit. But damn! That sounds pretty great. Sounds huge and thick. I can recommend that right off the bat. That's cool. Yeah, Mosky Mini Muff. How much is that thing? What did I pay for that? I paid $27.23 for that. Hopefully they go for that same price or less. Right now, prices fluctuate on these kinds of pedals all the time. But for 30 bucks, if you're muff curious, I think that's a good get. I really like the details of the case too. I like that soft switch. It still has a little bit of a click to it, but it's very easy to turn on and off. I like the giant, completely honest about what it is, text on it. It's a mini muff. Deal with it. It's a muff. Deal with it, guys. Mosky, we're Mosky and we made a muff, okay? And it's small. Even the knobs on it are pretty great. They're actually the same knobs that are on the Valeton. The Valeton over here, the knobs are a little creamier, but it's the same exact knob make on the Moskys and the Valetons. They're either shopping from the same source or they're sharing some lineage there. And now for the Valeton Lazaro Modern Fuzz. That sounds huge. Trying to do without playing. This thing sounds massive. I thought this sounded good, but this sounds like it definitely does the modern fuzz thing where it's more like a mid-scooped, like hi-fi kind of EQ range, where this is a darker, thicker, kind of barkier mid-range. They sound like they are both muffs though. This sounds like it's a muff at its core. So you turn down the bass and the treble, and you're left with nothing but mids. Well, they start to woke up just about there. good fuzzes in a row. This one gives you a lot of ground to play with tonally. They both seem to have the same gain circuit. They're a take on a big muff for sure, but that low and high EQ control on the Valeton gives you a lot to work with. I'm pretty impressed. It sounds really big, guys. Let's check out the range of the Fuzz. Yeah, I think it's the same gain circuit, but the EQ stacks, the tone stacks, are so different that they're, you couldn't replace one with the other. This does that big, open, mid-scoopy sort of sound. This is more of a classic muff, mid-pushed kind of sound. Man, decisions to make if you're shopping for a fuzz through this video right now. All right, on to the Mosky Golden Horse. This, of course, is a Klone clone. A pedal known for being kind of like an always-on, clean preamp sort of sound. I need a fresh tune. Start off on the neck pickup. Just a clean signal. Sounds very nice to me. Has this nice kind of like compressed preamp sort of sound. I like that a lot. It's doing the make sound betterer thing. I might be clipping my recorder a little bit with it though. I don't know, guys. We got some real winners in this so far. I don't think I've tried a Mosky pedal yet that I didn't like. I think Mosky's doing some really great stuff. I mean, the spring reverb from them is great. This muff is great. This golden horse is really great. I'm usually not a Klone guy, but I want to use this. I want to use this live because it's doing some magical stuff. It's doing that mythical overdrive sort of thing. It's doing that mythical boost. All right, let's check out this very used Wave Shaker Vintage Tremolo by Valeton. I got it almost strictly because it has a volume control. I don't think it has tap because that's a hard click. Yeah, no way. I like the green LED on these too. They have just like a cool look. Ooh, it gets really fast. It certainly doesn't get into hard chop territory with the bias all the way up and the depth all the way up. That's all you get. So it gets points from me for having a volume control. I wish it went a little bit, maybe a lot bit deeper with the depth control. If you're looking for just kind of a subtle tremolo, you can find one of these somewhere. It might be the ticket for you, but I don't think it's the standout against these others here. I do really like the wave shape of it though. It has a nice sound. I just wish it went deeper. I really do. I wonder if it's got mini pots or anything inside of it. Let's check. We're here having fun. Let's have some fun. The screws feel pretty tight. And stripped. All right. You keep your secrets. The screws are just in there way too tight for me to get out right now. And they're stripping as I'm trying to do it. So, yeah, that's all locked up. Maybe I should do a comparison against the modular. by Moogig, which has been the winning tremolo so far on the Affordaboard. So the optical tremolo sound from the modular versus the bias tremolo from the Wave Shaker. It might win just on tonal qualities. Let's try it clean. Say it, I think this one sounds better. This one's got more features with the extra modulation stuff, but I don't use a lot of that. I do use tremolo quite a bit, and if I'm going to go for best, maybe I should go for sounds. It doesn't get anywhere near as deep as this one can. Just has a smoother, warmer feel to it, even though it doesn't do that hard chop. But do I need hard chop? I feel like I should give it a chance for a while on the Affordaboard. I feel like it might have just earned a spot on there. And if I find myself wishing I had harder chop, then I can always go back, right? Now let's pick the Lazaro as the winner between these two fuzzes. For my purposes, I think I'd be much more likely to use this. Let's do a comparison against the Cuvave, which is a very different fuzz. Very different flavors of fuzz here. I know I'm going to want to keep the Cuvave on the Affordaboard, but I think people want to hear what this sounds like. Maybe I should bring in... I should. An Affordaboard legend, a classic, the twin note Papai. I think that'll be a good comparison against that. So first off, let's start with the Cuvave, because I love it. I love that thing so much. All right, the Valeton, which is going to be completely different from that, because this is a Velcro ripping, nasty, gated, garage rocky sort of beast. This is your distortion-y 90s, heavy, muff with a modern tone stack sort of deal. Now versus the Papai, which some people say is a distortion. Some people say it's a fuzz. It has this really cool scoop control here that lets you fine tune the EQ of it. I think it's going to sound close to this, similar kind of concept. They're not the same circuit. They sound very different, but they're in the same neighborhood for sure. This thick, mid-scooped, modern sounding, high gain blend between distortion and fuzz. This one pushes farther into a distortion sound. This one is squarely in the fuzz territory, but serves as, you know, a high gain distortion sort of effect. Man, you got to decide for yourself, but to me, that sounds better than that. That sounds like something I'm more likely to use than the Papai. So I don't know what the story is with Valeton, how long they'll be available and where, if they're all going to sell out within the next couple days, week, month, whatever. But if you like the way this sounds, I would jump on it right away because, like I said, all the Valetons I had in my cart disappeared for the most part. I had to track down a few that I was curious about. Talk about sloppy noodles right now. All right, so what's gonna go on the Affordaboard? I'm gonna save this for a different board. This will go on a high gain board because I really like this. I think this is a cool pedal. I think I want to put the Golden Horse on the Affordaboard to replace the Sonic Cake Blue Screamer, which was holding the place of like my mid to light gain sort of overdrive. Kuvave will go back on because, I mean, that's just my flavor, guys. I haven't found another fuzz for the Affordaboard range that has that just unsafe flavor. You know, maybe let's do a quick comparison between these two to make sure I'm making the right decision before I completely oust the Sonic Cake Blue Screamer. Need a quick tune. The Supersonic's doing a lot better tuning-wise, but I just changed the strings on it today. It's still breaking in. We still have some work to do. All right, the Blue Screamer. Great job. It's a great sounding kind of like mid to light gain sort of drive. I've got it turned really far down. It can of course be a lot gainier. I think it shines best kind of low like that. of different things. It's kind of like this is a sparkle machine. It brings out, you know, some higher end qualities from your signal. Makes you stand out a bit more, so it makes sound better. Don't know what I was trying to do there. But this is undeniably a great sounding drive. Let's combine them. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mosky. You're not going to replace it. I'm just not a Klone guy, I guess. It's not where I live tonally. If I'm going to have a drive, I want it to sound like a drive. And this sounds like a drive, so I'm going to stick with that. All right, let's go through the Affordaboard as it stands right now. Of course, Cuvave Fuzz. Got to turn that off. K-Mai's Vintage Phase. Nothing has dethroned this phase so far. I need to get more phasers, is what I need to do. I guess all the other phasers I've gotten have been like multi-effect style. Maybe I'll order some phasers right after this. And the phasers that haven't been multi have like that hard clipped knee to them that I don't like. I like how smooth this one is. The K-Mai's Ultimate Drive for some high gain distortion sounds. I fudged that pretty good. I should revisit all my high gain drives to figure out if that one still is my favorite. Of course, the Blue Screamer, we just figured out that I still like this. We'll leave that on. Here's the Accuse by Moo Gig. The Spring Reverb by Mosky. much my pick for the surfiest sounding of the Affordaboard reverbs. Man, I'm really goosing that recorder right now. And now the new addition, the Valeton Wave Shaker, in all its chipped up youth glory. Fun. Were you having fun? We laughed, we learned, we cried. We found out that this is a great fuzz pedal that might not exist in the near future, so snatch them up while you can and look for them on the used market. Valeton Wave Shaker. I think it's a winner. I really like the audio quality of it. The modular was hitting that wave shape that I wanted. This is hitting the same wave shape, but with this better audio quality. It just doesn't go as deep and choppy, but it sounds like it goes choppy enough for reasonable purposes. If I need a big fat square wave, there's other stuff I can throw on the board. But for more like a balanced, realistic board that represents what I need, I think that's going to do it. I think that's a good trim. Again, the Valeton brand. I don't know their story. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they'll continue to exist. Fingers crossed that they will, because I want to check out more stuff from them. The two I checked out today are very promising. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me your rude, nasty comments. If you want to buy anything that you saw in this video, please use my general affiliate links down below for eBay, Amazon, Reverb. Use them, and I'll get a cut when you buy something, and that helps me keep this thing that I'm doing, this crazy video thing that I'm doing, as a source of income so I can keep doing it. I mean, that's what it comes down to. If this is a job that pays me money, then I can keep doing the work. So anyways, Stay grounded. Bye, everybody.